we promised to play Andy Reid.
Yeah, I want to see this.
The decision to go for it on 4th down, fourth quarter, first or 4th and 1 from their own 31. Here he is.
I thought we could get it. That was the decision. I was confident we could do that. So it's important that you take advantage of opportunities. I thought it was an opportunity. I was wrong, no? I mean, hindsight, it was wrong. We've been pretty good on 4th downs. So, I messed that one up.
I appreciate the candor and not coming up with some, it was this, it was that. And hey, that's what happens when you go all in.
It is.
That's what happens. You can blow up.
And they're, of course, one of his MOs and one of the things that's famous about the Chiefs is their ability to be really creative in those situations and come up with plays where we haven't seen that before. And then on top of that, they have a quarterback who's, can make it happen. You go, oh, wait, we designed the perfect play. Oh, the defense did something even more perfect. Oh, we still got the first down because the magic man made it happen. And so I understand where he's at, but I think he got caught up in the overall, like you said, I want to jumpstart us. This could help us right now. And then also all the years of what we've been and we come through in these moments instead of just looking at this game and looking at this year and going, wait, but this hasn't been our year with this type of stuff. And right now we're in a defensive struggle where their offense is really feeling the pressure. I mean, really feeling the pressure. You could tell they were wobbly on the ropes. It was like, can they get a first down? Can they get a completion? Can anything positive happen? And you felt the emotions of the game change in that moment. So that's where I think Andy Reid knows that, looking back at it. And he made a mistake, but you're right. He's earned the right to do that.
Right.
And he's one guy that I'd go, okay, I can kind of understand it with the situation and the quarterback and everything there, but still, punt that one out.
He was trying to put the defibrillator on the Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, I think so. I think he overreacted there. Right.
We joke about the analytics. Did the analytics go for it there?
Collinsworth came on and he said, hey, just so you know, the analytics said it was 3 percentage points in favor as far as going for it. But he did then, Collinsworth, follow up with going, I don't know if I do that.
Right.
I think the way that they're playing and punting the ball, and so he kind of took our side on that combo.
And let's just put this in context, because I am so sick of all these numbers. I don't want to do math when I watch football. I want to watch football. I don't want to do math when I have to do math, okay? And it's percentage this, percentage that, percentage va fangul. It's everywhere now. And I understand it's got a place, but 3 percentage point means this. If you do it 100 times, right? 53, or not even 53. It's 51-48.
Right.
It's so close that it's really negligible. And to cling to this, the analytics say go. Analytics say go. Your guy Lombardi last week, for all the things I will disagree with him on till the day we both die, he was talking about analytics, and he said, hey, does ESPN Analytics ever say anything but go? Do they ever say anything but go for it? Did they ever tell you to kick a field goal?
Yeah.
And this whole, we got to be aggressive, and it's this new way of looking at things. Well, sometimes the old way of looking at things, it worked for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you're in a field position game with a team that their offense, and that's the other reason that I'm skeptical of these numbers. Where are they coming from? Who's coming up with these numbers? What factors are in there? It could be garbage in, garbage out. I know last night, watching that game, the flow of the game, the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, in that moment, put the ball back in the hands of the Texans. Just like we said 3 weeks ago today, when Dan Campbell kept going for it against the Eagles. No, you're dealing with a team whose offense is teetering on the brink, and they're at home, and their fans are going to be ready to boo and hiss and do all the stuff that the Eagles fans do when they are justifiably unhappy with the performance of the team. Keep putting the ball in their hands and forcing that. I guarantee you, there is no analytics formula that takes into account reality of a moment. And football is about moments, and it's about momentum, and it's about 11 on 11, and it's emotion, and it's grit, and it's toughness, and all these numbers are bullshit.
I mean, you got to have a feel for the game. I think that's the biggest thing. And
sorry, London.
We've talked about it a lot, right? I mean, just stay the course here. You're chipping away. You're dominated the second half. You're winning the second half 10-0. Just continue to play the field position game, excuse me. and then expect kind of what we saw, in a lot of the part of the night, especially in the second half, is just that Mahomes, the offense, they'll make a little play, maybe get you in field goal position, and yeah, you're going to win a game 13-10, 16-13, whatever. It might have been that. But it was, once that happened and they scored a touchdown, as we know, momentum totally flew back into the Texans' favor. Now the defense is a little bit like, well, they can't really run the ball.
You're screwed.
Yeah, you can't really run the ball. How many, again, to more of the problems with the Chiefs, how many games this year have we looked up and got, oh, Mahomes is the leading rusher? I mean, that's happened way too much.
59 yards, yeah.
Right. It happens too much. I'm going to say we've said it at least 7 to 8 times this year. So that's not a recipe for success either.
2 weeks after they cracked the code against the Colts, and
Yeah.
it's like, hey, Andy Reid's changed.
Right.
Look, he's running the ball.
I
run
know.
the ball.
I
Run
know.
the ball.
Right. But it's hard to do it against this group, and he didn't want to put himself in 2nd and 9s and stuff like that with this pass rush. But I think to the overall point and where we are a little bit with the analytics conversation is there's not a lot of coaches, and we discussed this last week. I had a big discussion on my podcast. Nobody manages games anymore. That's not really a thing. Like, just go for it, aggressive is all we do now. And there's very few guys and coaches that actually manage it and go, oh, wait, you know what? I'm not going to go for it. I'm going to punt it here. I'm going to play the long play of the game. Oh, no, I'm going to kick the field goal here. Just keep the pressure on them. I know the analytics said we should go score a touchdown here, but I believe right now we kind of got them on the ropes. I'm going to keep them wobbly, and I believe in my team. There's just none of that going on in the NFL right now. And then, of course, there's no way to – and then they get up in the podium, the coaches, and they just go, hey, we're trying to be aggressive. We're trying to win the game right
aggressive,
here. And there's no way to combat
yeah.
that. Nobody wants to say anything. And, yes, I think there's a lot of teams losing some football games.
And remember, before the analytics crowd infiltrated the NFL, and I don't care if you're mad that I'm calling you out. Before they infiltrated the NFL with mathematical skills, with no understanding of the game, with no coaching experience, like this is an avenue in. We can parlay this embrace of numbers into our own little gig, and we're going to have influence. And they whisper into the ear of the owner. And see, before that, what could happen is, and I had a former GM explain this to me. Day after the game, owner's meeting with the coach. Owner's got questions. Coach starts using jargon,
right.
across the face, double A blitz, all that stuff,
right.
and double A gap. And the owner just is like, if I say anything else, I'm going to expose that I'm a moron.
Yeah.
Now what happens is the questions are more informed, and the Ivy League grads are whispering to the owner what to say to the coach.
Right.
And it's all framed in analytics and numbers. So if you do something other than what the in-house analytics team is telling you to do, then you got a problem.
Yeah.
And that's the genesis of all of this stuff. And I wish at least one of the 32 NFL franchises would say enough. It has a place, but every game is unique. Every game is a snowflake, and I don't care about some marginal percentage difference. I'm going to make a decision based upon my entire life experience of coaching, playing, watching football, to make a decision in that moment about the right thing to do. And I believe that the right decision in that moment was kick it.
Right.
But, hey, ESPN analytics say go, and that little 3% may be enough to get Andy Reid to say all the stuff we heard him say.
Right. That
I'm confident we've done it. No. Set all that aside. What's it going to take to win this game? What's it going to take to score at least one more point than the Texans in this game? So hopefully somebody's going to learn this lesson. And whoever does and pushes back against this stuff is going to have a real advantage. And then everyone else is going to start copying it. Maybe we'll get past this age where we're trying to turn the ultimate team sport into a mathematical calculation.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're wrong by that, and I think you are going to see some teams. Listen, there's some coaches to me out there that don't just go for it every time. I look at Vrabel as being one of those guys that manages football games that way. DeMeco Ryan, who we saw last night, and he's not a go for it all the time. Shanahan's not. He doesn't play that way necessarily, right? Who else am I missing? Mike McDonald, I don't feel like is that way either. McVay is probably a little bit in between, but Mike Tomlin, he still manages the game and is not just going to go for it and play that way. But you're right. Right now, analytics have taken over. They certainly have, and that was a big moment of the football game that we know everything got flipped on its head.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.